What's up, everybody? Trinity here. Welcome back to the Second Street Marvel. Here we are on Monday morning. I hope you all had a very good weekend. It was quite an event-filled weekend, wasn't it? I mean, we got the announcements at D23 of some of the upcoming shows coming to Disney Plus, and today I am going to talk about some of the things that came out of the D23 panel of Marvel's presentation with the Multiverse Saga. And I think there's, you know what, like, in case you guys haven't been paying attention here, I have a certain level of excitement for the MCU for a while now that is pretty much almost non-existent. As far as the hype level when they're announcing things or we're finding stuff out, because at this point I'm kind of like, especially when it comes to these announcements like at San Diego Comic-Con and even here at D23 here over the weekend, you know, you hear a lot of it and it's like, you know, like we already knew all of this was coming. So it's kind of hard to be hyped about that or excited, you know, but there are some things that I would say since these announcements that I've kind of gotten maybe just a little bit excited for. I've excited myself into it. You know how people out there, you know, all those leakers and all the other people out there coming up with their own little theories and everything. You know how they get everybody all hyped up only to let us all down because we're like, "Oh yeah, this sounds great." And then it doesn't happen and you feel like you've had a boner pulled on you. Yeah, I know. Believe me, I know. It sucks. It sucks. But I think that's kind of what the whole leaker spoiler culture has kind of done for a lot of people, is got them really excited and hyped up for things to come, only for them to not come true. Because you know what? All of the people out there coming up with their theories, or even any of the leakers or anything like that, like a lot of it, like if it's just like if it's the actual leakers, like they've been right. Like remember Multiverse of Madness? Like that movie right there. Like we knew that movie was gonna be that movie well over a year before that movie came out, right? Like a lot of the leaks we've been getting have been pretty good, But I think for the most part, it kind of a lot of this stuff, especially some of the theorizing or the fanboy dreaming, gets people a little too excited and makes them be just a little bit let down by some of the news, some of the announcements and things like that when we get them as well. And for me, like I said, my excitement has been pretty low. But just, you know, I gotta say, for me, watching a lot of other people out there, a lot of these people who still are very excited about the MCU, to finally see some of these people, their expectations tempered a little bit when things like the Thunderbolts team lineup gets announced, and I see a lot of people online reacting in a not so happy way. It's kind of a letdown, right? It's kind of a letdown. You know, everyone's looking at the team like, oh man, this lineup sucks. What is with this team? Get some new people on this team. Well, I made a video a few weeks ago where I talked about exactly that. I'm like, I know they're not gonna do with Thunderbolts what I would like them to do with the Thunderbolts. And yeah, because like for one, the biggest thing that we don't have for the Thunderbolts movie that I want to see is the cast of characters that would be there alongside Zemo to do the whole Thunderbolts thing. I mean, that's just the starting point. But I don't know. Let me know your hype level for everything that happened here over the weekend, the announcements. And you can talk about the Star Wars stuff. You can talk about the Pixar announcements, the Disney announcements, and all. You can talk about those too. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. But I'm mostly gonna be talking about the Marvel ones here. But I'll tell you, man. I'll tell you. You know what? That trailer for The Mandalorian, dude, that trailer for The Mandalorian looked pretty damn good. And you know what? I never watched that Star Wars animated show. What was it? It wasn't Rebels, right? It was the other show that they did the trailer for here. Like I seen that trailer, like damn, that looks pretty exciting. But I don't know. I haven't really watched any of the Star Wars animated shows, and I like The Mandalorian. It's actually pretty good. You know when I realized that I was like, okay, like obviously The Mandalorian is kind of what really all Disney has with Star Wars. That's really about all I got. Is I was sitting there and last season when the Boba Fett show was on, or the Boba Fett show, the Book of Boba Fett was on, and everything was kind of and then all of a sudden, like the second you see Din Djarin get involved, like I was like fucking excited, yo. I was like, damn. I was like, yes. Like that was kind of when I knew, like, apparently apparently I really like the Mandalorian. Maybe that's about all they've got to get excitement out of me at this point right now, so far. So I know they got some upcoming series as well, like Andor, which everybody seems to be excited about. Nobody can stop talking about it. It's exciting. And they've got something else coming too. I can't remember what it is, but regardless, I think those two shows in particular actually looks pretty fun and exciting. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And you know what, guys? I just realized, give me just 1 minute. I'll be right back. This is a word from our sponsors. And thank you so much to the Myrtle Maniacs. Thank you all so much. Now, if you're not already, please make sure you're subscribed here on the Second Street Marvel, because here I talk a lot about indie comic books, as well as a lot of these shows coming out on Disney Plus. You know what? This weekend we didn't get together with my man Chillmonger. He was kind of busy. Sunday we both kind of Sundayed off. And we'll get together with him soon, though, because I think we probably might have a larger discussion to get into after this week's episode of She-Hulk. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed for that. Make sure that you hit that little bell so you get all those notifications. But when you click the bell, don't only just click the bell, but click the bell, the little screen comes up, click all, so you get all those notifications anytime I upload new videos or do a live stream. So also give this video a thumbs up if you like. Give it a thumbs down if you don't. It's okay. Like, I haven't really given you much of my feelings on anything yet, so you don't have anything to dislike yet. But regardless of all that, let's see who all we've got here in the chats this morning, and we'll go ahead and get into some of the things coming out of the Marvel Studios announcements from D23. I see we've got my man Quentin Time Podcast here in the building. Quentin, make sure you guys go check out Quentin's channel. Thank you so much for being here. We've also got Mike Stanshill Porter, my man, in the building. Just Fernie, you know what? Fernie, I think you may have inspired me. I want to break out my Rock Band microphone as well. You guys got to go check out Just Fernie as well. Absolutely great shit he does over there on his channel. Very fun and entertaining. He's the man. He's the man. Just Fernie is the man. And like, one of the things I actually threatened to him was about that Rock Band microphone is, when the Rock Band mic goes, I go. But go check him out. Just Fernie, thank you so much for being here. Air Spider 23, dude. Yes. Oh man, we got the comics communities, the comic community's most positive person. That is Air Spider 23. No, he's not no kind of rabble rouser. He's a perfectly good guy. Everybody loves him. Everybody loves him. We got Obi-Juan the homie, aka Beskar Batman. My man, yes. Can't wait for Ahsoka. Oh yeah. Yeah, dude, like, yeah. And she was tearing it up. Yeah, I didn't really see a lot of those announcements, the Star Wars ones or anything like that. I kind of I can't remember what I was doing, and eventually I tuned into Josh over the Denim Nerds when he was doing his stream about it. So yeah, Anthony Monzano, thank you so much for being here. Hashtag mob. Is that the multiverse of Baron Zemo? As fans of both Marvel and Star Wars, we need to stop letting speculation become expectation. I think that's what happened with D23, and when the speculation didn't lead to anything, we got upset. Yeah, like me, I'm not upset about any of it. Like I said, my excitement level is here. And it's very low in the first place. Like, in case you guys don't know, like, I'm telling you, like, when I went and watched Thor: Love and Thunder, like, I was already getting pretty about a lot of this stuff. But then after we went and watched Love and Thunder, I'm telling you, the minute we walked out of that theater, I was there with my friend, and he's like, so what'd you think? And I'm sitting there like, I'm sitting there like I was traumatized, and I was like, you know what? I'm not sure that I'm gonna go watch Wakanda Forever in the theaters. I'm not sure that I'm gonna do it. And yeah, like that was kind of like I was already kind of at the point where I'm like, man, like come on, come on. Although I have been getting excited out of some of the stuff, some of the very things that you said there as well is theories, my own theories that I've been coming up with regarding phase 4 moving into phase 5 and 6 of the MCU. I've got some theories, and some of them come down to some of the very things we've seen right before our eyes. Science, technology, magic. It's all one and the same. Yeah. Good stuff. But yeah, well, I think that's one thing. Like that's because here's the thing, and that's why I like to have fun with like my own theories in that sense. Is it's fun to build that up and think about it, but it's probably not gonna happen. Now, I will say when it comes to like, because there's like actual leakers out there who leak shit, and like like I said, the Doctor Strange movie, we knew what that movie was before we ever seen that film. We knew what was gonna happen. We knew it was happening. We knew exactly what was happening. Like. And yeah, because that was like some of the original leaks that came out. So I mean, I think that like this, like the whole like leaker spoiler thing. I think there's definitely something to that. That's like, oh man, like it's like knowing what you're getting for Christmas before you even before Christmas gets here. You went and snuck into your parents' bedroom and you looked at what presents you were getting. Yeah, you sit there and try to act surprised when you get like, hey, I knew I was getting this. I dance like a wacky inflatable tube man when that song plays. Yeah. Hell yeah. You got to. Yeah, the rock band, Mike. Yeah. Mike Porter says I loved MCU D23 announcements. Yeah. I hope everyone loves. Yeah. That Thunderbolts cast is cool, but need less super soldiers and a little more Hulk. Well, I'll get into a little bit of that. I'm actually gonna do a video on that, Fernie, I was actually thinking about reaching out to you to see if you would if you could if you could edit a video for me. I know you stay pretty busy yourself, but I'm like, you know what? It might be worth it. I mean, I doubt a video of mine's gonna get the kind of clicks to justify spending the money on it, but hey, that doesn't mean that it won't be a damn good video. But yeah, and like I've actually got a theory about that too. A little more, need a little less super soldiers and a little more Hulk. Well, that's kind of part of my theory. Air Spider says, I think, or Mike Porter says Thunderbolts is cool. Yeah, absolutely. Air Spider 23 says, I feel like Thunderbolts roster is cool, but people will complain it isn't the comics roster. Oh, I already complained about that in my last video that I did about a month ago. I already complained about that then, right after San Diego Comic. I already complained about that then, but I was already complaining about that before because I know that's not what they're going to do, because there's not one other character on that cast of characters, on that list of characters. There's not one other character that they even have in the MCU yet other than Baron Zemo. So yeah, I kind of expected the roster wasn't going to be the comic lineup. Obi-Wan the homie said, you know what? And I honestly don't know how many of the Thunderbolts versions do they actually have those characters in the MCU. Like, it's real. Like what they've got here is really all they got. That's really all they got. But yeah, and I think most of these characters were probably one of the Thunderbolts at some point or another in the comic books. Maybe not Red Guardian. Because I thought it was Ghost at some point. Well, obviously Taskmaster wasn't that I know of. But is that Taskmaster? Anyway, it's a whole different discussion. Obi-Wan the homie says, wish they would have brought Zemo on stage during the Zemo dance for the Thunderbolts. Oh yeah. See Zemo out there all like, wee. Yeah, that would have been.
Stop it.
Yeah. Oh man, that would have been great. Thought they were gonna get Henry Cavill's Hyperion or Captain Britain at D23. The only thing I was expecting, but I didn't get mad when it didn't happen. Yeah, the leakers nailed method Multiverse of Mayhem. That sucked. After reading the leaks, they just borrowed the Thunderbolt. Yeah, they just borrowed the Thunderbolt's name. Yeah, yeah. Well, they're doing the whole. Well, the thing is, like, they're not even doing the anti-hero thing here. They're not doing the villains being. They're not doing the villains being bad guys thing or being good guys thing. They're not doing the whole anti-hero thing. They're doing the hero thing. They want these people who are a lot of these guys anti-heroes at this point? I don't really know that they are. I don't really know that they are. Yeah. Yeah. So let's get into some of the let me see what do we got here? What do we got here? The first thing we've got, here regarding the multiverse saga is, I've been reading, and I just from some of the stuff I've ever read of Kang and Immortus in the comic books, it's very interesting. But I think I'm 7 issues in on this right here. This is the Avengers Forever. And channel members, we are getting together tonight to read through some Avengers Forever. We'll probably get through the first couple of issues of this. Absolutely great book. I've been reading through it and seeing some of the stuff going on here. I'm like, ooh, I definitely see parallels in the MCU of things happening in this book, and I could easily see some of these things being taken out of here and being used in the story that they're going to have here regarding the Multiverse Saga and what we're going to be getting into once we get to Kang Dynasty. Definitely some stuff in here. Very, very interesting. Well, okay, so one of the first things that we've got here is the Werewolf by Night announcement. I thought this whole thing coming out, and I remember hearing kind of some of the leaks about it and everything that Josh talked about over the Den of Nerds when he was talking about Werewolf by Night. And, kind of it being this kind of throwback retro thing to some 70s, and seeing this trailer, I'm like, yes, I absolutely love it. It seems like one of those it looks like one of those old school variety show kind of horror things that they do there. It looks kind of low budget, and just some of the stuff going on here. It looks absolutely great. I can't wait to see what comes out of this holiday special. Holiday special? It's a special presentation. Yeah, there we go. The Marvel Studios special presentation. It looks like it's gonna be cool. And the way the lights came through, anybody remember the old HBO intro? Remember HBO? They used to have the thing where it would fly through the town, and it flew up to the HBO, and it looked like it was a spaceship, and you go inside, and all the little you started scrolling inside the O of the HBO, and it looked just kind of like the special presentation thing did, almost like the Rainbow Bridge, where it swooped in at the intro of that thing with I don't know. It was pretty cool, though. It was pretty cool. Anybody remember that intro? Anybody else? It's not just me. Do they still show it? I don't know. But you don't remember, it was flying through the little town and shit, and you know what? Don't try to recreate that shit, HBO. Don't try to be like, oh, we can do this with technology. Don't do that shit. Just leave the old school one you had. It was good. It was perfect. Anyway, that's if you remember it. I remember. But Werewolf by Night, I thought looked absolutely, it looks absolutely great. Can't wait to see what's going to come out of this. This one actually kind of got me yeah, I'm there with that. I'm there with this one. I'm there to see that. I'll be excited to see this one. I might actually keep my Disney Plus subscription going. I might actually keep it going for this. But then the next thing was Secret Invasion. Now, the Secret Invasion, and see, this is something I was kind of thinking about when I was reading the original Avengers run, and then as I'm sitting here reading this Avengers Forever run, I'm sitting here thinking and we know that Secret Invasion in the comics really had to do with the Skrulls, where they came in and they were impersonating all the people, heroes, people just all over the world. It was a literal invasion, and how they were impersonating just all of these different people, and just I haven't read the comic books, but everything I hear about it sounds exactly like that. Like, it's like when I hear people talk about it, it kind of sounds like exactly like what the soundtrack for this trailer of Secret Invasion was. It sounded very exciting, like just like, like you know how it had that, it kind of had that Winter Soldier tone to it as well. Remember Winter Soldier, like Captain, like it had that real thriller kind of music. Like, that's what this sounded like, and that's what I kind of like. I like, this is the song, the music that I kind of envision the soundtrack when I hear people talking about Secret Invasion. This show looks like it's gonna be pretty good. It looks like it's gonna be pretty good, but will it have very much excitement? What's it going to do in this series? Will it be as gripping as this trailer made it look? I don't know. I kind of feel like this is easily one of those shows that could be good, exciting, and they don't have to spend an outrageous amount of money on CGI effects for places they're going to be or anything they're doing. It seems like this is a show that they could shoot a lot of stuff with practical effects, especially with the rubbery looking scrolls, right? Especially with the scrolls. But seeing what we've got in the MCU with some of the stuff, obviously Secret Invasion revolves around scrolls, but seeing some of the things that I've read with Kang and Mortis, and even here through this Avengers Forever run, it kind of made me think about, and I was thinking about this last year when I was reading through the original Avengers run, the first 20 issues, when I got introduced to the Space Phantom, which I was like, could the Space Phantom be... Could we have Space Phantoms going on here too? Because so far we know we've got scrolls, right? That can shapeshift, and then we see in the She-Hulk series where we have a shape-shifting elf that's living in Asgard. So we've got two different shapeshifters here so far, and then thinking about the Space Phantom as well, them being there, kind of taking over also. Now, the thing about the Space Phantoms is, if I'm not mistaken, a Space Phantom, basically once they go and, however it is they do it, I think they can just see you and turn into you. But what happens to you when you get, like, a Space Phantom impersonates you, is you get banished off into some sort of other dimension. Yeah. Very interesting. Very interesting. Considering some of the things we see in, even like thinking about Ms. Marvel, where we've seen her actually have what I'm sure we all kind of think is the nega bands or the quantum bands, and she ends up activating the thing and switching places with Captain Marvel in that. So, or Carol Danvers. So some very interesting things going on with Secret Invasion, but it made me start thinking about the Space Phantoms, and will we be getting some Space Phantoms anytime soon in the MCU or anything like that? Because I think, like, we've got some different shapeshifters here, and I don't see why, especially with Immortus and what we see, especially in the Avengers Forever book, where some of them are actually working for him because he saved them and their planet and their race. It would be interesting to see that. I don't know. Makes me wonder if something like that's coming. But let me know what you think down in the comments below about Secret Invasion. I thought that trailer looked pretty good. It looked very much like a thriller that kind of got me a little I like this one. Kind of was like, yeah, I'm down for this. They get like they're 2 for 2 here on these things we're talking about here. Is the Werewolf by Night and Secret Invasion, I think look absolutely great. Now they did say, if I'm not mistaken, that basically Secret Invasion is going to lead into Armor Wars, and that's very interesting as well, right? Armor Wars, considering that we know that sometime, I believe, after this will be the Thunderbolts movie. Yeah. Interesting thing about that, right? Just interesting. It's very interesting to me. I mean, dare we get into why? I'm not for sure. Because one of the things that definitely has me thinking about, obviously we've got the Skrull invasion leading into Armor Wars, and considering that as well, if that's what exactly everything we're talking about here, is if we're not talking about it in a bigger invasion than just the Skrulls, is just like I said, like Secret Invasion, like it seems like that could easily be. I mean, if you think about it, because we know they've got plenty of Kree as well that look just like humans, right? So it makes me wonder if there could even be an invasion of Kree in that as well. But then basically we know how they were all after the reactor thing that was made of the Tesseract, the light speed engine, and just all this stuff. This just basically comes down to technology. And then I'm thinking about Armor Wars and all of the different things that we're talking about there. We're talking about Tony Stark's technology. We're talking about people like Justin Hammer. We're talking about people who were out there on the same kind of arms run. You know, we're talking about even like an Ant-Man. Remember? The Yellow Jacket. And we already know that Corey Stoll's going to be returning as well. Supposedly as MODOK. Huh. Interesting. We know Quantum Mania is coming up as well. So we're kind of getting all of these, just these different people in kind of the, I would say, the run. And that's the kind of the thing is the Armor Wars, thinking about that and all that it implies, even with other things I've been talking about, with things like the Emerald Tablet here on the channel. Some very interesting stuff. But then you can get into Captain America New World Order. Man, we see the people coming in for this show. Now, all of this seemed kind of like this all seemed like stuff that was likely to happen. Where we've got obviously Sam Wilson turning as Captain America. You know, he's Captain America now, and we see that they're bringing back Carl Lumbly as the as you know the other version of Captain America. Which makes, I mean, are we going to get Isaiah Bradley in here as well? I think they're definitely setting up different teams here for like the Avengers going forward as well. I think we're going to get some other things along the way here as well. I just feel like there's a West Coast Avengers team coming on. I feel like there's obviously like a Young Avengers or maybe even a Champions coming on. And I even feel like there's just like more teams than that getting ready to come up. But Captain America New World Order, they actually did say that the leader is coming back in here as well. He was from the Hulk movie, The Incredible Hulk. And that's very interesting as well, thinking about Captain America, New World Order, and everything we know we've got even coming up with the Thunderbolts show as well. All very interesting stuff, because Captain America obviously revolving somewhat around the super soldier serum, and that's kind of what led to all of these other projects and things like that, is people trying to recreate the super soldier serum and make their own super soldiers. And just, I don't know, man. Like, I think there's some very interesting things that could be going on here in Captain America New World Order as well. Where we even seen, we got, what's his name coming into, he's coming back as, he's going to be Falcon. Some stuff that happened in the comics. Again, I think what they did with the Falcon and Winter Soldier series, with some of the things regarding Captain America, or Sam Wilson, I thought some of that stuff they took from the comic books and put in that show was absolutely good. It was great. And even like the reaction in the show, as well as even online in the real world, was very like it just reminds me of exactly how the comics were, and seeing what they're going to do and thinking about what they're going to do with this movie could lead to some other very, very cool shit. But let me know what you guys think about that down in the comments below, and I'll talk about the Thunderbolts. Oh man, the Thunderbolts, guys. You know what? Before we get into that, maybe we should just get into the live chat and see what you guys are saying here, really quick. We'll get into the live chat and see what you guys are saying here. Let's see. They just brought the name Thunderbolts. Yeah. But we'll see. Werewolf by Night comes out the day before my birthday. I'm gonna be hyped. Nice, hell yeah. WBN looked like some cool campy Tales from the Crypt style show. Yeah, definitely looked like that kind of style, yeah. Yeah, it looks cool. Yeah, it does. And I don't know, is it gonna be a series? I think it's just gonna be like a one shot. It seems like it's just gonna be a one shot. Oh wait. Oh, are you talking? Oh, maybe you're talking about the other series I was talking about after the Secret Invasion one. Man, that's probably what you're talking about. I don't have do. I have to do an online meeting. Be right back. If not, good show. All right, man. All right, Air Spider. Secret Invasion is what I most want to see at the moment. Yeah, Secret Invasion looks pretty damn cool. Secret Invasion is a mixture for me of a science fiction movie and a spy thriller. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's probably like X-Files meets. Yeah. There's no way that there's not an Avengers West Coast not happening. It's definitely happening. And that's kind of exactly what I was thinking, and is like, what version of the West Coast Avengers are we going with here? But for one, I think they're definitely doing that, because I was thinking, like, would the West Coast Avengers basically take place of like the new Avengers, like the young Avengers, you know? But I was kind of thinking, like, I don't think so. But I do see a West Coast Avengers coming out here, because I mean, I would think that might involve She-Hulk. It would probably involve, I don't know. I was thinking Kate Bishop. Would Kate Bishop actually be on the West Coast? I totally see that happening. I totally see that happen. I could also see Clint being there as well. But then thinking about, supposedly we're gonna have Ant-Man's daughter coming in as Stature, or what else did she go by? Sting or some shit. Like, seeing her come in, like, I could totally see her being part of that as well. But then, you gotta also think, like, Spider-Man, however much longer he's going to be in the MCU, him, Kamala Khan, because like some of the heroes, like some of those, like Kamala Khan and Miles Morales, some of those characters, I think they're like the Champions team, but I think it was even like some of the young Avengers, their outlook wasn't to not kill people, it was to help people, right? That was kind of their thing, which is like in the show was with Ms. Marvel, where you want some exciting kind of crazy shit, a fight battle to go on. Like, you might get a battle, but nothing to where it's going to be life threatening, because like one of the things like with a lot of those younger Avengers was and I think it may have been the Champions, was they're not trying to kill people. That's not what they want to do. They just want to bring people to justice, almost like Captain America. I don't want to kill anybody. But I definitely feel like there's being like a young Avengers team put together. I feel like there's going to be a West Coast Avengers team put together. And then I feel like there's going to be another Avengers as well, if that might be the Dark Avengers coming out of the Thunderbolts. Yeah, Hercules, Kate Bishop, She-Hulk, yeah. Yeah. The only thing I was upset about that D23 didn't announce was a Madison Wonger show. Right? It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Wonder Man. Yeah, Wonder Man coming. Yeah. We all need more Wong. Oh, man. Call it Mad Wong. Yeah. There you go, Mad Wong. Wong is the Don Draper of the MCU. That's funny. Yeah. Johnny needs more Wong in him. You're Wong about that. Oh man, that's funny. That's funny. But yeah. So I don't know. Like, there's a lot of interesting things going that I think are getting ready to come up here in the MCU. Definitely some stuff to be excited about. Definitely some things to be excited about. That I'm looking forward to. I mean, like I said, my excitement level is pretty tempered through a lot of this. I think Love and Thunder may have been the straw that broke the camel's back. I know for some of y'all it was She-Hulk twerking, but for me it was already on the way out anyway. Like, it really started to go out with sitcom Thor, which was back in Ragnarok. But yeah. Yeah. And I know a lot of people have an issue with Fat Thor. I'm okay with Fat Thor. I had no issues with Lebowski Thor. But I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. Let's see if we can get back into some of these. The Compton Avengers. Yeah. Weed Richards, thank you so much for being here. But yeah, the next one I want to talk about is the Thunderbolts. I think this is one of the ones I've seen a lot of people react to the most coming out of the announcements here. Everybody talking about the team lineup. the lineup for the Thunderbolts here, that we've got. And for me, like, I was already kind of down on this when it was announced, when we knew this movie was coming, because of, I know we're not going to get the same lineup from the comic books. It's just like none of the characters are there except for Baron Zemo. None of them are there. That doesn't mean they couldn't introduce a lot of them pretty quickly, though. However, the Thunderbolts, we got the team lineup here, and I'm gonna be doing a video on this, but I think there's definitely somebody missing from this lineup. As alluded to earlier, there's definitely a Hulk missing from the lineup of the Thunderbolts here. Will that be Emil Blonsky? Will it be? I doubt it's gonna be She-Hulk. Will it be Hulk? Will he return and be part of it? It's really hard to say here, because I could easily see Hulk being part of it, but I definitely see Blonsky being part of it, considering everything we've got going on. Now, I started to think all the way up until these announcements at D23. I actually got a video that I had shot that I never released. I was kind of like, I don't know, like, it felt like a sloppy video, but I was doing this video about the Thunderbolts and thinking about Baron Zemo and if he could still be behind the Thunderbolts in this upcoming movie. And coming out of the announcements out of D23, they are saying that Baron Zemo is still going to be involved with the Thunderbolts or he's going to be in the Thunderbolts movie. Now, I think that's going to happen, and I think it's very interesting when I start looking at it. And like I said, a lot of people are looking at this team and thinking, oh, this team sucks. And I'll tell you, you know what, like, I understand what everyone's saying, and I think that's something interesting coming out of, say, Armor Wars. Where is Justin Hammer? Could Justin Hammer come into this team and be the tech guy? Because there's not a tech guy on this team. There's not the muscle on this team either. I mean, sure, you've got Taskmaster there who can copy anybody's moves. You've got Red Guardian there who's a super soldier. You've got these guys there who are very strong. You know, you've got John Walker, another super soldier, right? But you don't have a tech guy. Justin Hammer, I think, could easily be part of this Thunderbolts team. Now, also, you know, like I said, the Hulk. I think Emil Blonsky seems to make sense here as well. But then, you know, we take a look at everything, and I was like, man, you know, I really like the Thunderbolts run. That's why I said I've got this video I was going to shoot, and talking about this Thunderbolts lineup and why this would actually still make sense, even Baron Zemo being behind the Thunderbolts. Because you guys know, in case you guys have ever read this original Thunderbolts run, Baron Zemo created the Thunderbolts. They were a group of villains who posed as heroes in order to gain access to the Avengers files, Fantastic Four files, just all the government secrets and things like that, so they could sell the information, do with the information what they want, or basically just take over the world. That was Zemo's whole motivations. Well, they eventually got into it, and the villains started liking being good guys. They actually did garner the goodwill of the people. They ended up being given the old Fantastic Four headquarters. They got gifted that from the people, from the government, and they gained all that goodwill and trust. And all the villains ended up getting into the good guy roles, and they really liked it. Well, they eventually ended up turning on Baron Zemo, because it was revealed that they were all villains. Like, it came out that they were all villains, and like, you as the reader knew, but eventually the world found out that they were all villains, and that was around the point when the Thunderbolts decided to be good guys, and Hawkeye came and took over the team. Now, I think it's very interesting, all of that being said, and looking at this team of Thunderbolts that you have here. And I actually think that something even more sinister, even more fucked up, could be afoot with this team, with Baron Zemo being involved with this group of disenfranchised heroes, all these people who want to do good, who are trying to atone for all the bad deeds that they have done. Take a look at all these people. Take a look at Red Guardian, disenfranchised by his government and basically cast aside like he was nothing. Take a look at Ghost, who was raised from a child to be a weapon by S.H.I.E.L.D. Take a look at John Walker, who was basically tossed aside after he did what he was trained to do. Take a look at Taskmaster, somebody who was basically forced into what she was forced into. But I know, like, we don't need to get. Let's just go with what they got. I know, we all feel the same way about the Taskmaster. But let's think about this character in the MCU and what the entails of this team are. A bunch of disenfranchised heroes. Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier, who was an American soldier who was taken by Hydra. He was taken by the Soviets and used. He was taken by the Soviets and used and created into a super soldier himself. All of these people on this team are disenfranchised heroes, and that's why I think the Hulk easily fits on this team, but Emil Blonsky even more so, because the same thing happened to him. But imagine a team of disenfranchised people who want to do good, who want to atone for all the bad deeds that they have done, and they go out there and they do all of these good things under this team named the Thunderbolts, and they're out there doing all of these good things, getting and stopping all these bad guys, getting information, getting these weapons and everything out of the hands of dangerous people, only to be putting them in the hands of Baron Zemo, and they didn't know the whole time. Damn, I don't know about you, but that sounds even more sinister as fuck. They don't know that they're doing, but like they're working for the bad guys, man. Like, that's fucking great. That's great. It also seems a little bit obvious because Valentina Allegra de Contessa de Guerrero Herrero Morero Ferrero. If you look at her, it almost seems obvious. I mean, she got that little purple streak in her hair. Who else's theme seems to be purple but Baron Zemo? You watch the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier when one world, one people, the Flag Smashers got blown to smithereens. Or did they cut their way out like they were Nick Fury? I don't know. But the point being is they got bombed. By who? By Jarvis. Or the German, or you get it. The Sokovian Jarvis. And it's very, very interesting because even Val says, oh man, that person saved us a lot of work. Yeah, I had something to do with that. No, I didn't. But I did. But I didn't. But I did. Maybe I didn't. Right? But imagine maybe even she don't know that she's working for Baron Zemo. Maybe even she's being deceived. I just think that would be fucking crazy. And it's still kind of somewhat does the whole Thunderbolts some justice while still changing it. Because it's almost the same thing psychologically for all of these disenfranchised heroes, these disenfranchised super soldiers. As they all want to do something good. They all felt like they were the hero. You see Emil Blonsky, he almost made you cry. But imagine they're all feeling that way. And they get this offer from Val, to which even maybe she thinks is legitimate. And they're all into it. Yes, let's go out there and do something good. Only to be deceived the whole time and find out that it's actually Baron Zemo using them. You know why? Because he don't like super soldiers. They're supremacists. Fuck them super soldiers is what Baron Zemo says. But I'll happily use them. Just like I used the Avengers to break the Avengers. God, man, I'm telling you. How could you not think that's fucking great? Oh, man, I don't know. That's just me, though. That's just me. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Fat Thor was great. Yeah, I didn't mind Fat Thor. I didn't mind I did a whole video about Fat Thor. One of my favorite like produced videos that it did was about Fat Thor. You can go check it out here on the channel. It's one of my favorites. One of my favorites. We could probably go watch it if you wanted. But yeah, it was about Thor in Endgame. Yeah. You got me over here laughing with the Wong jokes. Hey, we've got all the Wong jokes here. Right or Wong, it doesn't matter. If Hawkeye's wife is an agent, then that makes her Mockingbird, and those two, Hawkeye and Mockingbird, start the West Coast. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And we don't know where they're living at right now. We don't know where they're living at. You think they're on that ranch still? I don't know. I went back and watched Shang-Chi, and you can clearly see Emil's cell when he had Wong go back after their fight. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Absolutely. Yeah. I saw a highlight of a panel, and the actress actually joked about the amount of announcements that Kevin Feige announces in front of him. He will one day announce everyone's dream. It just not be your dream. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Like I said, I mean, I think eventually they're gonna have all the pieces there together. But by that time, it's probably gonna be time to reboot anyway. Don't forget Hawkeye kills Banner also. Yeah, absolutely he does. Absolutely he does. Yeah. Star Wars MCU-OG, thank you so much for being here. I just realized that the leader is at the end of Hulk. Yeah, right. Yeah, when he's sitting there and the blood starts dripping on him, he's on. Yeah, absolutely. Tony Robinson, thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a very good day. Jonny on the spot with a 20-month member chat says, did I see 2 Nick Furies in Secret War trailer? Probably so. I would imagine so. I would imagine so. I mean, it would just make sense. I mean, because obviously we know we had Nick Fury that was in space. In the Captain Marvel movie, and then we know that, or no, I guess that was Far From Home, where he was up there in space, and then we know that, Talos was impersonating him in Far From Home. So, like, seeing 2 doesn't really seem that unusual. It doesn't really seem that unusual. But yeah, very well could have been. Again, I haven't really gone through it and kind of brushed through everything to see what's all there. But yeah, definitely. And what was the other thing? They had all those bodies and that little thing that was covering them and shit. Like, there was some pretty cool, weird shit they had going on there too. Love your theory, Trinity. Zemo behind the Thunderbolts. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Zemo. I think Zemo could still be behind the Thunderbolts. And I'm telling you, man, that whole idea, man, it's sick. It's sick. Oh, sorry, I'm shaking the camera. Eric the Guapo, thank you so much for being here. He says boobies are great. Yes. Who's having this discussion? Where was we having this discussion? I can't remember. I was having a discussion about that too. Yeah, boobies. Boobs. Who doesn't like them? Thank you so much for being here, Eric the Guapo. Oh, speaking of which, Eric, I got to get a hold of you because I think those books are coming in soon. I got to get a hold of you, see which ones you want. If any. Jonny on the spot says that there was the Sea Captain Nick Fury, and then the one at the end had an eye patch. Yeah. Well, and Talos was wearing the eye patch at the. Remember, Talos was wearing the eye patch in Far From Home. Now, however, the other thing is remember. In Winter, wasn't it Winter Soldier? Was it Winter Soldier? When he left, and I always had some theories regarding that too. If there was a scroll there with him as well, but maybe like a bad scroll, because in Winter Soldier we seen, he took the eye patch off, he threw it, he burned down his whole shit. His whole little operation. He's like, I'm fucking out this piece. And you don't really know where he went. right? And we've seen him a couple times since then, but was it actually him? Hard to say at this point. Which Nick Fury was Nick Fury? Because, like, if you think about that, just like the symbolism of what they did there, him burning his eye patch and everything down to the ground after Winter Soldier. I mean, it almost makes you think like maybe after that, every time we've seen Nick Fury with an eye patch, maybe that's not actually him. And then anytime we see him without with one or without one is actually him, which would kind of make us think about, say, there on what was it, in Spider-Man Far From Home when we seen him. He had his eye patch on in that spaceship, right? I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. But yeah, yeah. Songbird, mind blowing. Yeah. Cause yeah, in the Hawkeye series, they revealed that she was an agent of Shield, which everything considered, and like I think it was even the Watch agent. I can't remember the number. Was it like 22 or whatever? Was her designation? Yeah. Yeah, just hit me up on Twitter and we can set up. Yeah, for sure. All right, hell yeah, dude. Yeah, because I think they're getting ready to send it out. I think they were in fulfillment. I seen. So good deal. But guys, I think that's really all I had regarding. I think that's really all I had regarding all that, isn't it? Was it Thunderbolts? I mean, there's Kang Dynasty. I mean, I could talk all day about some of the different things regarding, like I'm reading in this Avengers Forever and other stories that I haven't even read regarding Avengers Kang Dynasty, because very interesting stuff that we could get in that movie, considering Kang is Immortus. Immortus is Kang, is Ramatut. But yeah, very interesting stuff. Shake a snake in his face and we'll know the real Fury. Oh, oh man. Yes, thank you, Mike Porter, and thank you all so much for being here today. Again, yeah, I was gonna say I think that's all I've got. We're just kind of some of my reaction to some of the announcements coming out of D23. Like I said, I've got a video I want to do talking a little bit more about my theory there with Baron Zemo. But thank you all so much for being here today. Again, if you're not already, please make sure you're subscribed. Click the little bell and all that good stuff. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Give it a thumbs down if you don't. It's okay. You're not going to hurt my feelings. But you could leave some comments down in the comments section and try to do that. You never know. It might work. But you all have a very good day, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.